Hey guys, I'm just going to do a 1 point perspective drawing of lettering. I chose power because this is a word that came to mind when I thought of International Women's Day and International Women's Month. So you can use a word that comes to mind. You can use power if you like, or other types of words like that. And we're going to use 1 point perspective, so changing the 2D lettering into a 3D shape. And so what we're going to do is, so I've done this with a pencil first, I done a pen afterwards, and the next part of the drawing is going to be with a pencil. I'm going to use a ruler and I have an eraser and 2 pens. So what we're going to do is get a pen. So once you have the vanishing point, which is this, I'm going to put it down here. So it's VP, vanishing point. The reason it's called vanishing point because it vanishes. It's going out of the eye shot. This is the furthest point from our eye in the drawing. So what we're going to do is get the ruler and we're just going to draw lines coming from the sides of the letters all the way across. So vanishing, so we line up with the vanishing point and out to the side of the pen, out to the side of the letter. So we do that all the way across. So you can do this in pencil first, just to make sure you're happy with the lines that you created. It'll look quite complicated, but we can choose which ones we're happiest later on in the drawing. And when we are happy with them, then what we can do is we can darken it in with a pen. So vanishing point out to the corner. Some of them will overlap as well. That's fine. If you find it, if you want, you can actually space out the letters a bit more. You probably get a bit more accuracy on the lettering if you do it that way. I just wasn't thinking to do that when I started doing the writing. So what's happened is everything's been pulled or kind of sucked into this vanishing point. So I'll use the side of the O. You can do this freehand if you like. I just find it easier just to do with a ruler, and just so you can get it quite accurate. Let's say this corner down here. I'll do one from the top of the inside of the P, the bottom as well, just in case. Right, it's quite linked up there. So for this one, I'll keep it quite basic. I won't even go into the shapes. What you can do is go around, pick a point along here, draw a line. What you would do is you draw a line like this, and then, well, it's not even straight, but what you do is you'd follow these lines. So the P would come around like this. So the whole shape itself will be further back, it will be further down these lines here, and so it'll look like a whole shape of P. For this lesson though, I'm going to keep it quite basic. I'm just going to basically go around and just darken in the lines I've created. Not all of them, but most of them. Or the ones that I'm happiest with, really. And if you like, you can do this in different coloured lines. One thing you do have to make sure is that they don't overlap each other. So the O wouldn't overlap the E in this case. So you have to kind of keep, so the bottom of the E wouldn't overlap the W, it just kind of gets lost in behind it. So I'll do the same thing here. If you like, as I mentioned, you can just do the lines in different colours. Obviously you can spend a bit more time on this. So 1 point perspective is the most basic, so it's 1 point. Obviously it's everything going to 1 point. There are 2, 3, 4, 5 point perspectives, which the higher number the more complicated it'll look. They are very effective and anybody can use them. You don't have to be an artist or studying art. It's just they're used in all sorts of types of drawings. But anybody can do them. Once you have a ruler and a pencil, you're way in a hack. I'll just do this one here. Yeah, there it is there, look. Obviously there, look, that's, in this case then, look, the vanishing point and rub out. Like then you can start colouring in parts of lettering. What I have handy here at the moment is a biro, so there. So 1 point perspective is 1 point because there's the 1 point. It's called the vanishing point, and it touches off everything, so it's pulling everything into the distance. So it has this kind of a feel that it's on its way out towards that point, or it's coming towards us from that point. The trick of the eye. So there you go. So give it a go, guys. So think of a word that comes to mind. Think of International Women's Day, International Women's Month, and use these techniques. And once you have it done, you can start adding colour to it and designs and patterns, and you can even make it out. I would suggest maybe have the word spaced out a little bit more, just makes it a bit easier to figure out where all the lines are going. Mine are quite close and they've got a bit trickier there, so the letters wouldn't overlap. But that's it, that's the idea. So give it a go, enjoy it, and yeah, create it. We'll talk to you later.